All right. Apologies for that. I need to let me mute Glenn Lama. Yeah. Well, welcome. Sorry, it's a bit late, but yeah, the thing with the kickoff. And now I do apologize. I've got the baby monitor in case my son wakes up. So, um, yeah. So we just had the anthems, and yeah. So the lineups are just up. Look, I can't show you the game because for licensing reasons, because otherwise I will get in a lot of trouble here. Just see what's. I had that screen of Rumble. That's Morales. If you're a New Zealand viewer, that is someone you want to be able to really beware of. So that's the lineups again. They just had the lineups of there. So Malaysia is going for a three-man forward line with Lion, Endrick, Kuti in midfield, Corbin Ong. Yep, I told you. Matthew Davis, and Tan and Harif in defense. Hazmi, of course, is a very good goalkeeper, and I should say so myself. So yeah, it is raining up in Albany. This is somewhere north of Auckland. Chris Wood's on the bench, so yeah, so this will be a bit of a chance for like someone like Ben Wayne, Matthew Garbutt, who are still emerging, I guess. And then you've got Ben O from San Etienne, Elijah Just who scored against Tahiti, Alex Rufer in the midfield, Marco Stamenic, Storm Room, Michael Boxall, Tyler Blinden, and the captain, of course, Liberato Kakache, and Alex Paulson playing in goal. So yeah, New Zealand going 73 forwards, brother. Wayne is sort of, I guess you'd say Wayne is the top of that pyramid. You've got Beno, Matthew Garbutt playing out wide, just as the sort of like the attacking midfield, um, Stamage, and of course Alex Rufer. Of course, the next about to kick off the season we get this weekend, so fingers crossed that I think Knicks fans will be hoping that no one gets injured. So I'm just gonna put this up. Just a couple of things. The referee is Jack Morgan from Australia. So it's Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, I think this is, of course, this is on FIFA Plus. So yeah, everyone will get to watch it for free. Let's see now. What can we just need to do something. All right, we're just on the kickoff. It is raining in Auckland. I can tell you that. A bit of shower. Might fingers crossed it does pass, although it will certainly make the surface a bit zippier. Hopefully you can hear me well. Do let me know if you can't. And so there's Alex Rufer, not the captain, of course. That, of course, is Liberato Kakache of Empoli. And we're just underway. New Zealand kickoff. If you said New Zealand are going from right to left on the screen, I'm not sure where this is in North Harbour, so yeah. And so they get the game underway. I think that's Katsache there. New Zealand. Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Malaysia, of course, with Vicente going for a really attacking line, as you could see, with three forwards, of course. So we'll be, yeah. Of course, New Zealand pretty much still in the running for the World Cup finals in North America in 2026. They had that 3-0 win as, oh, lovely work. And Malaysia, I think that, is that, no, I think that's Haris. And now Malaysia get the ball up. And here's a chance now. Now Malaysia are going to be very attacking. They've always been really skillful with the ball. There's Corbin Ong, who you will recognize with the distinctive hairstyle there. He's a left back irate. And back to Hazmi. And Malaysia is looking to keep some possession of the ball here. Just over a minute gone. We've got a tiger beer, of course. We've got had a bit of Malaysian food. So, New Zealand, Malaysia, of course, they did play each other in two games in 2006. So more recent than you'd expect. Of course, Darren basically wanting to sort of identify players for the World Cup. Those Shiano routes looking much more straightforward there. There's more. No, sorry, that's Endrick, number 10. Oh, and New Zealand get the ball back here now. As Matthew Davis, good herring by Matthew Davis. Matthew Davis, I believe, is part Australian, part Malaysian. So it wasn't. So no, but the ball's back to New Zealand now. not many Malaysians up front for this. As you'd expect, New Zealand at home. It's a reasonably good crowd here in Albany, and it's a Monday night, so pretty good. Given I expect most of them would be Malaysians, of course, from Auckland. The Malaysian team, of course, did do a training camp during the week, so yeah, certainly a big Malaysian community in Auckland. And I'm sure, yeah, they would have braved the Auckland traffic to get across the bridge to make it for this game. So as New Zealand puts a cross out from the wide, oh, this is dangerous, but it lands nicely, and Ahazmi, yeah, in fact, and now Davis tries to clear it. Malaysia trying to pass it out from the back, which is rather dangerous when New Zealand are pressing a bit, and now they've given the ball away in a dangerous area. Wayne's gonna, oh, great save, and it's back to Hazmi. Yep, that was a dangerous moment. Malaysia can't really afford to play out from the back there. No, they're quite keen to attack. They've got a former Barcelona under-18s coach, but of course, when you're playing in New Zealand, different climate, different, a New Zealand a crowd that, by all and lot counts, it will be going for New Zealand. Bit of a dangerous game there. The ball's thrown in. New Zealand, and New Zealand do maintain the ball. It doesn't go out, and they're going to keep the New Zealand playing it back now. They're just trying to build a little bit of possession early on. No Chris Wood, of course, the New Zealand's top scorer. Was that a handball there? Oh, that thing that clipped the Malaysian defender's hand there, but it's been waved on. This is New Zealand's last game of this October international window. Their next game is against Vanuatu in Hamilton, and they continue their World Cup campaign to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Might have a bit more on that information, what the route's going to be, because we know it is going to be one automatic spot from OFC, Oceania, which you'd think that will almost certainly be New Zealand's, unless something bit of an upset, really. I mean, New Zealand's really the only powerhouse in the OFC, but of course, this surprised me. OFC it's 1.5 spots for Oceania, so that means anyone with Tahiti, Solomon Islands could be in the playoff, which I think, that is that's a great boost for them. I mean, I'm not expecting much particularly if they have to play off against like someone from South America or even Central America, but it's a great boost for like someone like Tahiti, Solomon Islands, etc. New Zealand now just playing a little bit of possession football at the moment, just kind of trying to control the game, control the tempo. Just 5 minutes in, of course. Yeah, lots of ads for Auckland FC's first game of the season, which is actually this coming weekend at Mount Smart. Corbin Ong does a really superb job cutting it off, but it's still New Zealand there. Yeah, Malaysia playing a lot of their football in this half. That I think you're just looking there let's just see inside the New Zealand bench there. Might just get the net so we can have a reference point. Yeah, we just saw a shot of Darren Lock there. Very experienced player for Malaysia. That's Matthew Garbutt. Of course, boss of Torino. I guess he is expected to be part of this sort of young, exciting New Zealand team, which seems to have looks like New Zealand could be going to a couple more World Cups in the coming years with the expanded format. Got a screen set up here. Now New Zealand runs up down the left wing. They've got a bit of luck here, but Malaysia are crowding pretty well. Oh, that's a lovely cross. It's going to cut in, and Darren Lock has to make the clearance. And this is going to be looks like it's going to be the first corner of the game. We're just looking at replays here. Big terima kasih, which is thank you in Malay, as New Zealand takes the first corner of this friendly international. You see a lot of the Malaysia bandera, Malaysia. Oh, and the header, I think that just missed. I think that might have been Garbett there on the corner. Now Malaysia look to try and string up a counter attack, and it's a lovely ball played out to Arif Ahmad. New Zealand pressing really hard. Back to Hasmi now. No, let's Malaysia. I think I think they just have to go direct. I think that's the way they've been set up. Oh, there's a poor touch by there's a very poor touch by Malaysia there, and it's gonna end up with New Zealand, and it's a deflection. Should be Hasmi's to take. I think that might have been Morales. That was a pretty poor touch there. Gave New Zealand the ball in a very dangerous area. Malaysia, and again they've given the ball away. New Zealand enjoying a very, very good spell, and certainly Liberato Kakache is enjoying a very fine spell down the left-hand flank. He's getting a lot of joy there out of that Malaysian right-hand side. Malaysia's got to really watch out for this. Liberato Kakache was actually started to feature a lot for Empoli. Empoli have started the new Serie A campaign on a real high. We're looking at as New Zealand look that New Zealand certainly will have the high advantage at the corners. Big long cross there. I think this is just a little bit too long. And Malaysia gets the clear. Corbinong heads it away. He's really good at chasing the ball. And that is really good. Stormru not particularly happy with the quality of that cross there. So we're looking at the crowd. It's a cold day in Auckland. Yeah, a lot of puffer jackets out. Of course, we had the rain just before. It looks like it's subsided. Expected to clear. Corbinong now. Malaysia, what can Malaysia do here? They've been under the pump by this all-white team. Let's look at Endrick. Plays for Johor, who did play for Johor there. Malaysia down the right-hand flank. It's waved on, and it's straight to Alex Paulson. Yep. That's Malaysia's first real attacking move here. New Zealand. Darren Basie, of course, yes. Still a lot of question marks on whether he is really. I mean, he was not exactly. I mean, he's had a lot of time with New Zealand football, but I guess not necessarily. Some would say you would consider to be everyone's choice. Of course, they were coming off the back of Danny Hay. I guess Danny Hay, a lot of controversy around Danny Hay. But certainly, I mean, with the way, with the way the World Cup is structured, Darren Basie certainly has. It kind of feels like Darren Basie's got really, is in the box seat, certainly to do something really special with the All Whites. Stamenic now plays for Olympiacos, so on loan from Nottingham Forest, part of the Marinakis empire. Paulson, it gives it back to Paulson. Hasn't really had much of a touch, of course. Paulson, of course, part of that, who was signed by Bournemouth towards the end of following the end of the A-League season, but ultimately loaned out to Bill Foley's club, Auckland FC, which really caused a bit of ire amongst Wellington Phoenix fans. Of course, he is an Auckland native here. We'll just hang on. Let's see. It's a direct move here. He's really shown a good muscle, and it just did not get the touch applied. There was Garbett, I think. And they're going to stop There's a bit of a clash between you and, and the, just missed it there. That was a lovely piece of direct play from New Zealand there. Garbett and I think we're eight. Ben Wayne just couldn't quite get onto it. And we're looking here at Darren Locke, who has been doing a lot of running here. I think Rue's just going to be okay. Yeah, it's just holding his elbow there a bit. As the Malaysian trainers come onto the pitch to check up on Darren Locke, a key player for this Malaysian side. He's been around a lot of experience. Let's talk about Malaysia, of course. Yeah, so look, it's close to this time last year, of course. We were talking. They were nearly a year ago. They played Kyrgyzstan. They were 3-1 down in Kuala Lumpur at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium, and they went on to win 4-3. Of course, that was down to goals from Dion Cools, their captain, who is not here. He's due to for personal reasons. So Matthew Davis is captaining the Malaysian side. Dion Cools, yeah, I kind of feels like it is certainly a big loss. Cools is a quality player. He's mixed Belgian. I think his dad's Belgian. His mom's Malaysian. So, he did feature in the Belgium under-18s. Looks like Darren Locke. Oh, he does not look happy there. With that clash from Storm Roth. Not entirely sure what the injury there. He's certainly not happy. I kind of feel there might be a substitution there. That's a real shame because, yeah, he is a integral part of this Harimau Malaya team. And certainly now Malaysia have to look to defend without him. It comes in, but that is a very poor free kick that just really is not really, yeah. I think that is one thing about New Zealand. That's the quality of this game. So, yeah, just bear with us. This is not, I guess. So, Akia Rashid, number 19, is on for Darren Locke, who has had to come off following that clash with Storm Rue. Just a word on the subs for Malaysia as Ashri Ghani and Amin are the reserve goalkeepers. Fingers crossed. I mean, Hazmi's a really good goalkeeper. I've watched him play heaps of times. He has kept Malaysia. He is a really superb player. Safwan Mazlan, Daniel Ting. He's another player with experience. Azam Azmi, Hakimi Azim, Stuart Wilkin, another experienced player, mixed Malaysian. Safari Rasid, Paulo Gerso, naturalized Portuguese. Feroz Baharudin, Rashid, Ahmad, and Keep. As New Zealand comes to the counter attack. Oh my goodness! And I think New Zealand should have scored there. It is Ben Old, the San Etienne winger, midfielder, of course, formerly of the Knicks. He really put. Let's see here. Yeah, he needed to do better there. It was open goal. Malaysia just really, really on the back foot here at the moment. New Zealand have all the chances just being outmuscled here. Malaysia just got to gain a bit more composure. I mean, they hardly ever play out in this sort of conditions. They had that Asian Cup. But yeah, they really, just need to get a bit of composure here. So we shall see. Certainly, I think the loss of Darren Locke might have shaken the team a bit. Now, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a Wellington Phoenix jersey, it's simply because now this is the closest I have to anything that looks like Malaysia. Malaysia used to have yellow and black. Back in the day, I do have a Malaysian jersey top. I just don't know where it is. It's from the 2005. It's a Nike top. So yeah, look, I really would like to find it again. It's pretty. But yeah, look, I did try and find Malaysia top. Of this full yellow color. But we'll just have to go with the next top for now. Kind of best of both worlds, really. The screen buffers there a bit. 16 minutes gone. Corbin Ong, and it's going to be given a free kick there. Corbin Ong, very distinctive hairdo there. Corbin Ong, you could not miss him there. As the board to confirm that substitution very late. That was about 2 minutes. That substitution happened 2 minutes ago. Or I think it's just actually come on. And in fact, Malaysia were playing with 10 men just before. So the graphic patch came out a bit early there. Number 19, of course, is Ahya Rashid. So he'll slot into midfield. New Zealand now again on the counter attack. Lovely interchange from Kasache to Old. They're really making use of that. Elijah just really making use of that that Malaysian right hand side. Ru with an interesting sort of kick. Ru, of course, will be playing professional football back in New Zealand for Auckland. And the ball's kind of really all over the place, really. Rufer gets it back. Well, he passes it back to Root. Back to Rufer. Just a steady on things here for New Zealand. Trying to get everyone back. That's Tyler Binden there. Gets it to Boxel. There's loads of experience there. Oh, I love. No, it's a high, really aimless kick by Elijah Just. And now Malaysia just got to try and break out. Sorry, Hendricks number. Again, New Zealand winning the contest. They're winning the balls in the key positions here. Will be interesting to see what the stats are. See, it might be on FIFA. What is this game? I don't know if FIFA measures it. Might be on one football. We'll have to find the stats at some stage. Morales now trying to do something. He's barely handing it the ball. New Zealand's starting to foul Malaysia, but there's a bit of this trickery that the Malaysian footballers are well known for with the feet. The feet. Just one thing that I guess the issue with Malaysia is that's the new sub Rashid was on for lock. It's the footwork because they're not Malaysians, of course, not particularly known for their size, so they really have to use their feet. And when you play football in Malaysia, it's all about your feet and balance. As the balls rush back to Hazmi now, I've seen a lot of action for Malaysia. That's that back line. Really got to do something here now. Shamir, and Corbinon gives it back to Elijah Just, who's been very, very busy in this first half. A lovely diagonal ball out to. Here's Kasache. Not the best save by Hazmi. And no, the ball doesn't drop from Malaysia now. It's Ben all dropping back, playing quite deep now. I'll put a bit of an ad. Just one moment, just to. Oh, New Zealand and Malaysia again struggling to clear. Yeah, it's been New Zealand's. This has definitely been New Zealand's half. And it's cleared by Malaysia again. Yeah, it's really on the back pedal here, third corner. Yeah, Kasache making a lot of runs, the captain. He's looked pretty good so far. Kasache, that combination with Ben Old. You can see the tall New Zealand timber coming in. Basically coming that both Malaysia really at set pieces has been a real Achilles heel for them. Certainly was an issue at the Asian Cup earlier this year. So that has gone out of play. But really, I guess, yeah, I think this is for all Whites fans. This is the sort of game that has often this is a sort of type of game that they tend to stumble because quality of set pieces, just not really taking their chances. So yeah, but I think but at the moment Malaysia's just not really be able to find any of the breaks, and New Zealand's containing them pretty well. And I think that is going to be New Zealand ball. Ben All operating on the right. He is the one who roams all over the park. If featured a couple of Sun Etienne sort of picking up in Ligue 1 at the moment. They were bottom for a bit. Just slowly starting to finding a rhythm back in the top flight where, most French fans would argue, and certainly the La Bear fans would certainly argue they belong. Down the right-hand side, New Zealand, and it's Malaysia again having to play hit tennis. Now fighting away, but they're losing these physical battles, really. Oh, and it's cross. Here's a... Oh, and some really last-ditch defending by Malaysia. Now Corbin gets the chance. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here's Morales. Now working down the left-hand side. Xavier is calling for it. There's space here. They've got to give it. Matthew Davis now. Here's a chance for him to break. Down the right-hand side, and Kosache gets in there. Malaysia now playing finally in the New Zealand half. 22 minutes here. Yeah, he's bet. Davis. Off to Arif. Cuts inside. Is that going to be a New Zealand? Yep, he's called a free kick against New Zealand. It's Malaysia's first free kick here. Now this is an area. This is an area that this is an interesting area for Malaysia. I mean, there's not a lot of height compared to the New Zealand side, but so we'll have to see what happens here. Is Endrick and it's Endrick and Davis over the free kick, and that is a very poor free kick and another waste. The set pieces in this game have been pretty poor. Like this is not really Premier League quality football, I have to say. Sadly, but this is what you can't expect from international football. This is admittedly C-grade football. If I'm being brutally honest, but oh well. Right, New Zealand again. I think that should be a free kick to New Zealand. He might have some words there. He's got to be a bit careful there. That's a bit of from the substitute Ahya Rashid. 40th friendly, so you wouldn't expect him to get a yellow. There's a little bit of mind games there, just playing a bit of ball. He just tap the ball back. Oh, that's a bit of shithousery there. Benson. Yeah, look, New Zealand just trying to up the tempo a bit. They've definitely been the far better side, but then they give away a free. Yeah, they're just giving away a free kick here. There's Alex Rufer there. Or Noah Lane, who's the Malaysian jerseys, not of course Malaysia sponsored by Nike. No player names on the back, so you have a interesting move there. So we're really having good to identify the players by numbers here. It's backpedaling a bit, really. There's got two New Zealanders on his shoulders. Really, Malaysia just got to be a bit more decisive. The passing it's a bit labored at the moment. I guess they're not really used to the pace there. As you can see, there is a lot of depth in that New Zealand. You could see Tommy Smith, Costa Barbarouses, Chris Wood, I think Tim Payne there in that shot. That is a lot of New Zealand caps there, and they'll still be hoping, I guess, 2 years away. Chris Wood, of course, did play in the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. He was pretty much a teenager at the stage, so be great if he could play in another World Cup 16 years from there. That I think he's certainly one he'd be expecting to be in North America. Elijah Just. And yeah, it just shows you how long Chris Wood has been playing for New Zealand. That and then of course he had that chance to score the winning goal against Italy in that World Cup as a substitute. That could have been, by doing really, he is the sort of player who's actually gotten better with age. It's quite rare to say that, certainly for a forward, and certainly doing really, really well for Nottingham Forest. Malaysia now just, yep, once again, they're kind of in their shells, really. Um, I just think they've got to be, yeah, they've got to be a bit more combative in midfield. Or oh yes, again. Oh, what's he doing playing across his goal? He's put his captain. He's sort of captain of hospital pass there. But they do get out of jail. Binder now. Rufer anchoring that New Zealand really, really well. Hoping to do so when the Phoenix start this season. Of course, a lot of changes for the Phoenix. Paulson gone, of course. They've lost Ben Old. Yeah, it's going to be, and yeah, Pennington's gone. Yeah, it's just I'm a little bit nervous as a Knicks fan, to be perfectly honest with you, and I'll talk about that probably previewing the season ahead. I mean, Italiano, always said, you always heard that Pep Guardiola, why doesn't Pep Guardiola come to Wellington? Well, we've got our own Pep Guardiola. His name is Giancarlo Italiano. It's the same Phillips season, all that. And yeah, why pay, why we don't really need Guardiola, but certainly Italiano is really up again. I think it is going to be a big ask to repeat what happened, particularly when there's been so much flux with the team. Although we've made some really, really good signings on paper, so yeah, it's just going to take a bit of time. And certainly, I think that tension of the new Auckland team is going to be interesting. New Zealand again with another chance. Oh, what a fabulous save! I think that's the first real save by Hazimi there. And I told you that is the quality Hazmi there with a fine save, and I think that was on target there. So lovely play Storm Storm Rue. Yeah, that was a curler from the right hand side. Oh. I think that, yeah, that's covered New Zealand. Yeah, so it's certainly most dangerous time for New Zealand, for Malaysia, in terms of chances of New Zealand. There's Boxall there. Just looking at a shot. Boxall is back in Auckland, of course. Ben Wayne, currently on loan at Mansfield Town from Plymouth Argyle, which I think would be good because, yeah, Plymouth looking to play a bit more, like trying to stay out in the championship. Mansfield, like, are just an attacking team. They'll probably have more use for Ben Wayne, who needs game time really in the UK. Yeah, just got to figure out this. Yeah, they're just New Zealand just winning the balls all over the place, and it's yeah, you got to credit the Malaysian defense. It's been, yeah, they've look, I know they've had to roll the dice a bit, but yeah, they've done pretty well. It's much better than I expected against a New Zealand side that's technically physically superior right now. I don't know how they're going to win the ball. We just, yeah, like I think that's just where you're really missing like someone like Dion Cools, who's got the head, he's got that experience to be able to play with these players with play, in Europe again. New Zealand, Malaysia's the who would you bring on? Bindon. So it is great that it's only 0-0, 30 minutes to go. New Zealand really should be one of, New Zealand really deserve to be a goal up at least. But so I guess it does highlight the issues that, oh my gosh, goodness me, what was that? That could have gone all over could have gone anywhere. That was Harif seemed to lose fly the ball there. It's another corner to New Zealand. Half an hour, just over half an hour gone. Front of this, yeah, lots. It's a good crowd. That's a good crowd. Look, you think with a friend. This was announced not. This was announced only like possibly a month or over a month ago. So that's a pretty good crowd for a Monday night in Albany, which is not the easiest place to get to in Auckland. If you just for context, as yeah, we're just looking at Boxall playing it to Bindon. Like Albany is it's a really hard place to get to in Auckland. It's a good let's say half an hour from the city without traffic. So, and of course, this game kicked off at 7 p.m. and you're fighting Auckland traffic. So this could have taken a good. You need to take the day off just to watch this game, or live on the North Shore. Which even in the North Shore, this Albany's it's a hard place to get to just from the other end of the North Shore, like Takapuna, unless they've got the bus lanes here. As a lovely ball boy, just Wayne's isolated. He's got to try and take on the whole Malaysian defense, and a bit of pinball there by the Malaysian defense. And Hazmi's trying to say calm. Well, I'm not going to play any Malaysian swear words in there, but Hazmi's really trying to. Hazmi's been a really calming influence there. Yeah, they've had intense pressure. That defense has been peppered all night. Oh, and it's back to sorry, it was back to Hazmi again. A tame shot, really. Yep. So there's only been a chance of Benway. It'll be interesting what they do in the what Baisley does in the second half. Does he choose to bring Chris Wood, or I mean, anticipate they might get a couple of game time? We're playing in New Zealand. He's from Hamilton. I think I imagine a couple of his family and school friends have come up from Hamilton to watch him here. It's very rare for Chris Wood spends pretty much a majority of his time in the UK now. Malaysia now. Malaysia got to try and do something before the half. Try to run onto it. But it's really Boxall has the composure there. Rue. All that experience there. That's better, Malaysia. That's better. I think, yeah, and Morales, of course, with that experience there. Shami try to fight Stamanic there. Stamanic is a little bit boxed in there. This is a good chance. This is good herring by Malaysia. Yeah, that's much better. That is much better. Gotta try and harry them off the ball. Tame shot. Just looking at replay on FIFA Plus. This is on FIFA Plus, by the way. It's free to air, so you just need a iPad. You just need a device and an internet connection, and you'll be able to watch this game for free. By the way, if you're wondering what that noise is, it's the baby one. And I may have to, if he does wake up, I'll have to. But yeah, just for now. New Zealand now coming up in numbers. Crosses, but yeah, it is no one really there to attack it. That was a fine cross. Ben Wayne, yep, with the header. It's not much power on it. Hazmi now. Oh, he slipped. Yeah, that was a good. So he had the idea. He just slipped. Was it number? It was Arif who just slipped at the wrong time. It was just We seem to be talking about these slips of late. Saw that in the Taranaki Waikato game when Naholo slipped, and he had a chance there. Saw a slip. Yep. They just seem to be seeing this a lot on these. But New Zealand. Nope. And Malaysia just cut it out this time. But no, they're giving the ball away. Ben Wayne. Oh my goodness. Yep. Ben Wayne has definitely seen a lot of goal action tonight. And Baisley's wondering, Ben Wayne should probably have had a hat trick by now with the amount of chances he's had. He's gone to the referee. Is he wondering if he's gone? It was Corbin Ong again. And a touch from Wayne there. Yeah. Great goalkeeping by Hasby, who is really is a bit like Lisa Simpson and being goalie in hockey. Yeah, he's being a bit of a nuisance, Wayne. I guess for these Malaysian players, it might be, if they get Chris Wood on, there'll be a chance to play against a Premier League player. Because the Premier League's huge in Malaysia. It's always, rather than Malaysian leagues, it's Ben Wayne. Another shot. It's another clearance from Matthew Davis. It's going to be another corner for New Zealand. I think that is number 10. It reminds me I need to get the stats up for this game. As darkness comes, I'll have the light on them. I might have to put the light on half time. It's summer here. Actually, you know what? I probably better put the light on. It's gone dark now. It's just after dusk. It's a puts a shot in. Right, come on, chase it. Chase it now. Yeah, yeah, that's much better. Look, that's a bit. Oh, yeah. I mean, Morales hasn't really had much of the ball. Like the midfield and it's been all the Malaysian defenses had all the ball. The midfield has just not really been non-existent. Yeah, Roof. Yeah, Roof. You know, Roofer really doesn't have to do much with his midfield. Cross to the right now, and it's instant. Probably needed to slow down there, but that's a really poor cross. And Matthew Davis easily cuts it away. Now Malaysia just got to try and find a counter. Shabim looks the most active out there. Now Corbin Ong, he's actually had the most space he's had all night. Drive it up forward. Trying to buy something. Yep. But again, it breaks down. And Elijah just. Yep. Well, he's putting all these speculative balls there, Elijah just. You just thought I just wish, yeah, just maybe have a bit of a shot. Just trying it here. Here's a chance for New Zealand. And Hasmi gets, I think Hasmi just got a hand to that. Oh, what a tackle. But it's still got to land on Malaysia. Here we go. Down the right-hand side. Oh, he's got, he had space there. But it's still not over. Here's Rashid. Malaysia put another cross into Paulson, and it's, yep. Well, that is Malaysia's best chance. 7 minutes before half. The ball breaks nicely from Malaysia, and yeah, just needed a better cross. And you know, there was actually acres of space. I mean, that would be sensational. Malaysia scored after being absolutely hammered in this first half. Bindon after Boxall. New Zealand, no, what are New Zealand going to do? Are they just going to play keepy up? You know, they're just going to Kasache, but no, they can't because Kasache is so advanced. I think it's either been Kasache or Wayne. Or maybe Kasache is just been showing his qualities there. He, New Zealand getting a lot, using their fullbacks really, really nicely here. And more hit tennis from Malaysia. They clear it out, and it's going to be more pressure from New Zealand. Storm Rue with the quick throw in there. Surrounded by Malaysian shirts. But does well. Rue puts in the cross. Headed away by Malaysia. Oh no, whistle's gone. Yeah, no, he's given a free kick to Malaysia. I think it was a foul by Samanich. Yeah, look, I think if you're New Zealand, though, you'd be disappointed not to be a goal up for all that effort. I think there's just been a lack of cutting. Again, it's been a problem with New Zealand. It was a problem against Tahiti as well. And look, I could say I watched the Tahiti game, and I'd say Malaysia are not technically better than Tahiti. Yeah, but New Zealand just, when they just struggle to put their chance, they do create chances, to just struggle to put them away. And against Tahiti, it's like, well, they kind of, and yeah, like I mean, the way Malaysia, they've got control. Their New Zealand midfield's got control of this game. So yeah, I mean, I know Chris Wood's not, if Chris Wood was starting with, he probably might have put one or two of those chances away. So I know it's try and give these youngsters a chance, but yeah, so far it's a bit of a concern that they haven't quite just stepped up yet. So, but look, there's still there's another half of football to come, and I guess you can't fault the fact that they are creating lots of chances. 4 minutes to go. I think there might be about a minute of stoppage time. There was a bit of that stop. They did stop the game for Locke's injury. But yeah, it's certainly been it's not been short of chances. New Zealand certainly have had a majority of them. Malaysia have had one chance, I guess, if you can call it that. Garbett. Yes. Davis is out of position. The ball's. Yep. I think is that just there. Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia got to do something here. Corbin Ong's got an overlap. Yep. Oh, maybe you should have passed that a bit forward. I thought you should. You needed to pass. You part that sideways. It's not really doesn't really give him much momentum. It's just again very slow from Malaysia, and New Zealand are able to counter this. Davis now pops from full back now. Morales just trying to conjure up something, but he has to play deep, so he's not really in a position here to kind of really show his creative intent there. But they just need to keep the ball there. Yeah, they get a throw in, which Davis is gonna take the throw in. They work down his right hand side, gets the ball away there. Corbin Wong, completely isolated there. Oh, this is some nice trickery here from Malaysia. They cut in from the right hand side now. What's the cross going to be like? It's a pretty decent cross. Corbin Ong's touch is really poor. Has to get it back though. Morales. There's a labored touches there from Malaysia. Rashid looked pretty good coming on as a sub for Loke. Malaysia backpedaling a bit now. Maybe they just need to sell things down a bit. Shamim, that's a great cross on the side. He's actually looked pretty good. Yeah, Malaysia now cutting across. They've got some wing just outside the box. He's teasing Kasache there. Kasache's not really buying that. Goes with all the experience at Serie A. Shamim now. Davis. Plays it up forward, but it's not really much. Oh, lovely tracking ball there. He's in an onside. He's coming onside. The New Zealand defense is doing really well here. They've kind of pinned him down, and he's given the ball back to Just. But Malaysia still. Oh, great stuff. That's what we want to see. That's Davis now puts the cross in. That's too close to Paulson. Yep, that has got to be the best piece of play by Malaysia this whole first half. But New Zealand now New Zealand with the direct play, almost get it forward as it's signaled 1 minute stoppage time. I think Malaysia will be pretty happy that it's 0-0, given the amount of chances that New Zealand have had against them. Malaysia have defended pretty well, so we'll get to see the confirmation of the 1 minute there. I mean, Hasbi's just gonna really just play it. I think see what Malaysia can do. They try and make sure they just. Ball bounces back to New Zealand. New Zealand will be, of course, trying to see if they can get a goal before half time. Will it be Just Wayne, Garbett, Old? Could it be even Rubok? So if they can get from the set piece and the press rolls out, I think that's going to be Malaysia ball. Malaysia just gonna. But New Zealand still herring nicely there. Shamim's done very well, boy. He's been very. And free kick given to Malaysia for the foul on Morales by Boxall. 25 seconds. It's actually just started raining again here in Auckland. And he's caught a half time. Just 18 seconds before. So it's half time. It's 0-0. So look, it is. Yeah, look, I think as a Malaysian, I guess, we've been utterly dominated, but, I mean, the fact that New Zealand haven't, New Zealand front of goal, appeared to be like a very blunt knife. They've had plenty of chances, but again, the same issues that they had against Tahiti. Malaysia have barely had any shots, and really, I think we've got to look at that midfield. So it'll be certainly interesting to see what both coaches do at halftime. But yeah, I think you've got to be steady. If you're Malaysia, you kind of got to be pretty happy with that first half. The fact that we've defended really bravely. Hashimi's been excellent in this game, probably, and a couple of good Malaysian play. Look, I Shamir's looked really, really, I think he's looked at like one of our better players. So yeah, look, it is halftime. Look, we'll just have a bit of a break, and we'll be right back very soon. I've put the chair up as always. All right, sorry, just back. Still half time. Just looking at on FIFA Plus, you're seeing Goran Paladin. I'm not sure he's interviewing there, but look, it's just half time. It's 0-0. Yeah, I think and an intriguing half. It's international football as it is. It's not the greatest game of football you'll ever see, but yeah, that's just international football for you. So we'll just see. Yeah, but so we'll just keep an eye, see what's going on. Just put this on. Just and by the way, yep, I saw the monitor. Should be able to sort that out soon. So is JG9 still up? Are you kidding me? Are you still up? Is JG9 still up? He's been up since like Jacob Game 9. He's been up since. Are you serious? Should we do like a collab? Chuck him on. See if we can. Let's see how do I share this off. What are you doing? How the hell do you share StreamYard? You can strike this. You see him? Sorry, StreamYard. All right. Just having some kiwi fruit, Chinese gooseberry. We have this in Malaysia, yeah. Oh, durian. Many. Yes. Yeah. The jag. I want to talk about the jags. That's really like. Oh, it's June. Yeah, Malaysia's been out of World Cup qualifying since June because we had that. Yeah. Couple of good youngsters. How many goals? I'm pretty sure New Zealand. I'm pretty sure Chris Wood's like must be one of. He's got to be in the top 10. He's been good, Chris Wood. He's been one. So what are we doing, Malaysia? I like to see Hazmi and like playing overseas outside Malaysia. I mean, he plays with Johor at the moment. He's a really good. He's a. I'd love to see Hazmi playing in the A League or somewhere. I mean, Malaysian Super League is nowhere. It's not one of. I mean, he's playing for a very good. Like Johor's pretty. Like Johor's a pretty good. Johor compared to the rest of the Malaysian league is like leaps and bounds. I mean, it's like. Oh, imagine thinking what. Oh, it was like, wasn't it? What, it's like Celtic Rangers to the Scottish Premier League. So it's they just have all the Sultan of Johor just you know he's like the Malaysia's version of the Qatar what's the Qatari prince's name. Yeah, he just loves football. They built the new stadium in Johor Bahru, which is easily the best stadium in Malaysia. But Selangor's trying to build. They tore down the Shah Alam Stadium, and Selangor's trying to trying to emulate exactly that. So, but still a couple of years away. Selangor's always been traditionally the powerhouse of Malaysian football. So, hey, did just holy quad had some repeat. Oh, that's true. Um, yeah. Yeah, Australia. I mean, I'm glad. I'd like to say AFC. We want to be in the AFC Asian, like same division as Malaysia. We'll be playing like some Malaysia. I mean, Indonesia is probably much better. Indonesia had a really good Asian Cup. Thailand. Um, but then again, you see what Australia are just struggling at the moment. It's like they've got Tony Popovich now, so they have got a big uphill task to qualify. Wonder how they're watching this in Malaysia. It must be on Astro or something like that. Oh, Heathrow, the worst airport. Oh, actually, JFK is pretty bad. Um, Auckland. Let me just. That to Welling. What? Until when? Just, oh, it's actually on. Yeah, one number. Europe. Casace plays for him. I'm just looking at the crowd. Now, this is the one thing I don't miss about watching live sport at night. The rain, the cold in October. I mean, look, I definitely would have gone to this, but it is cold. It's raining in Auckland. So, oh yeah, yeah. The, mm, wait, that that played there. Not not the Bill Foley. I wonder if JG not team. Yeah, Auckland City FC is not. Yeah, I mean they. What happened to Robin Tibu? I can't pronounce his name. He was a Tibu Tex. He's Spanish. He's Basque. Played in the FIFA Club World Cup. Yeah, so it's, oh my god. Yes, we're about to. I think we're just about to get underway here in Auckland. Good crowd. A couple of kids are just back from school. Anyway, gonna watch this. Yeah, the Welling. Yeah, I'm just about to answer that, mate. Cannot. Yeah, I'm going to give you a lesson on New Zealand football. No. Australia. It's Australian, so it's AFC. It's the only league in which it's not like Canada. It's like Canada. Canada can Canada's called the Concacaf. Not not. Yeah, Auckland City. to the new club to start. Owned by Bill. I'm sure he knows who Bill the Knight. Vegas gone. And Bournemouth. Alright, we're back. Alright, better. Sorry, there's not much happening. Winter. So I can't see there's any subs. If there are any subs, I will keep you posted. Second half, the rates just got a bit heavy, unfortunately, and I'll be interested to see if Chris Wood or Tim Payne, any of the more experienced guys, comes on. So no changes for Malaysia. There's Endrick there, who we've barely seen. Oh, I've taken off my sheets. So let's hang on. See if we can get that up. Let's see if I can go one football. As we get the second half, Malaysia will get this half underway, and they'll be desperate to try and get something a bit more attacking, because really they've been hammered. They've been pretty much pinned in their own half by this all-white New Zealand team, who really should be 1 or 2-0 up. If I'm perfectly honest, and yeah, I guess look, as a New Zealand fan, you've got to be a little bit concerned that apart from Chris Wood, there's really not any reliable goal scorers up front to put chances. So yeah, and particularly, and this Malaysia team, look, I think this Malaysia team is definitely better than the Tahiti team that we played on the weekend in Port Vila. Now Malaysia sliding in on that wet surface there. This is going to be quite a bit of an experience for these Malaysians. Cold weather. This is wintry conditions. And a good cross. Oh my gosh! It is a chance. I think that was Romelu Morales. I think that was Romelu Morales there with a chance. Malaysia starting this second half on the front foot there. Corbin on with a lovely cross that completely evades everyone else. And great start by Malaysia as we look. Yep, I've got one football up. Now, they haven't got this game on for some unknown reason. Malaysia now playing in the New Zealand half now. New Zealand just haven't quite got out of their sheds, out of the changing rooms at the moment. Why isn't this game on? I'm trying to find the stat board. Oh. We'll have to go with New Zealand Herald stuff. By the way, Malaysia ranked 132. Where are the All Whites at the moment? New Zealand. 18-1. Yeah, I wonder if it might be on FIFA Plus. I'll have a look, but yeah, New Zealand gets onto the ball for the first time in this half. Now, just with a cross, cleared again. Yep. And then Malaysian defense has to be back on its feet. Of course, FIFA Plus has that contract with New Zealand football to pretty much show anything they want, really. So it's been great. I mean, if you're a New Zealand football fan, so you get a couple of good things. New Zealand, Japan. I'm looking here, just trying to find the stats for this game. It might be on FIFA. I'll find where this. Maybe try FIFA.com. Because it's not one. This game's not one. The stats aren't up on one football. So I'm just showing Match Center here. As Liberato Kakache takes the corner from Malaysia's left-hand side, from Hazmi's left-hand side. It's played back to Storm Roo, who's going to try and play it forward. 3 minutes into the second half. If it's 0-0, this would be absolutely fantastic. If it's 0-0, that'd be him. There we go. I found something on FIFA. It's stats. Let's see what we can. And there is really nothing here. Great. So we're just going to have to rely on our eyes, and I'll tell you what's going on with subs and all that. There's been no changes since halftime. I mean, of course, we had the only substitution says Rashid for Locke, for that was injury enforced. I haven't really heard much about Locke. It looked like a bit of a head knock or something. It looked a bit very there. Now New Zealand, Garbett push with the shove there, and with a very tame finish. Look, the shove, he looked a bit like a rugby player there. Matthew Garbett there, but yep, didn't quite have to finish to match it. This ground, North Harbour Stadium, is the home of the North Harbour rugby team, of course, who um, just finished the NPC season in rather embarrassing fashion with a thrashing at the hands of Southland and Invercargill to miss out on the playoffs. Another quarter from New Zealand from the other side of the goal. Corbin Ong puts a great header in there, and now Malaysia going to try and create something. Oh, lovely stuff. This is the footwork here. There's a 3-on. Now, that is a 3-on-2. New Zealand slip, and there's got to be a hand there, surely. Yeah, that's a handball. Storm Rue. That should be a card. I mean, I know they don't hand out cards in friendlies, but that's a card. That was pretty cynical by Rue. That's a card. Yeah, he gets the card there. That's pretty cynical. Watch the counter attack. Malaysia had a 3-on-2, became 1, then Storm Rue just blocks it in. No, he slipped and then puts his hand out to stop the ball. That is pretty cynical. Yeah, and Malaysia, yeah. I'd be annoyed if I was Malaysia. I mean, I'm annoyed at the Malaysians. It's like, that is cynical. I mean, I know it's a friend. If it's a competitive game, that would be a red card. It's like, that is absolutely cynical. Like, come on. But Malaysia now have a chance for the free kick now. Endrick, who has barely had nothing to do in this game, now stands over the ball here. At the fifth, it's just tick half. It's 50, just over the 50 mark here. Endrick, of course, one of the imports, those so-called imported players there. I can see a Sarawak and a Sabah flag. And there's a lot of them from from that part of Malaysia. Of course, that's Borneo. Endrick's going to go, blasts it against the wall. It bounces off the New Zealand wall. Malaysia still have it, though. Puts a cross in. Oh, my good. Good stuff, Malaysia. Come on. That is much better. Kensache now brings the ball up from... But he's really got no one to pass. There's time for him. Lots of space left by Malaysia as they look to defend this in the corner. That is a superb sliding challenge by Endrick, who's playing defensive duty. He's really had to do more of an attacking. He's more of like a central midfielder attacking. What is he doing? Playing so deep. Hey, Apex, yeah. Yeah, I mean, New Zealand are good. They are ranked a lot higher than Malaysia, but I think Malaysia are doing pretty well. I mean, they've defended bravely. I mean, New Zealand have dominated the first half. Malaysia have started pretty well. I mean, New Zealand do have some Premier League players, and you got Kensache plays for in Serie A, Spanish Olympiacos, who are pretty decent. Yeah, this is a very respectable performance by Malaysia. So the transition, oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! And it's Elijah Just, and well, it's come really out of nowhere, really. First chance from Malaysia, and it is a goal. Elijah Just, New Zealand won. And you have to say on the first half performance, they deserve it. It's come probably about 52 minutes late. Well, I think we're deep in the second half, but yeah, we've got to have a look at that. That just great pass, Hazmi. I just need to see if there's a replay here. Got New Zealand on the counter attack. Malaysia again, weak on the back foot. Oh yeah, just the turn. Look, yeah, that's a great cross by Stamina. Just as well to stab that in. And Elijah Just, well, I think you kind of feel he's probably going to be. I think doesn't he play in Denmark or? I've got to check that again. He's moved around. Elijah Just is one of our fine young players there. He's only 24, from Palmerston North. Oh, he's in St. Polten on loan in Austria. That's is that the Austrian that's not the Austrian Bundesliga. It's the Austrian football second league. The Zwei Bundesliga? They don't call it the Zwei Bundesliga in Austria. Oh, that's not a good side. Endrick, he's had a bit of, he is limping off. I dare say that might be the end of Endrick's night here. He's not really had much say in this game, sadly. It's not really. Yeah, he looks pretty sore. I think if it's a friendly, they're going to take him off. He is still remonstrating about a particular challenge back there. What's he remonstrating about? They're certainly taking one. It looks like Henry doesn't really know. He's coming back on. He's limping really gingerly, though. It's got to be said. So I think, to be honest, if you're Malaysia, you might want to take him off, maybe, because yeah, he's certainly New Zealand in front 1-0. Not the prettiest goal you'd ever seen from Elijah Just. Certainly not compared to the stunner he scored against Tahiti, but it is 1-0. They deserve to be up front in front, and we shall see. Yeah, I guess the game has changed now. And now New Zealand are on the front foot again. Kasache, who is looking like every bit like a New Zealand Philippe Lam, gets the deflection and another corner. It's back to what they were doing in the first half. 54 minutes gone. And Kasache is looking every bit like the best player that New Zealand has right now on the pitch. He's really enjoying being captain, isn't he? The former Wellington Phoenix. So Garber's going to take this corner. He's going to just pass it along to Kasache. Bit of space here for Ben All to work with. Garbett. Was Garbett? No, that's Garbett. No, not that's Matthew Garbett. Different player. That's a. Oh, geez, and a little hash of a shot. Yeah, that was. We're just looking at roof. I think. Sorry, that was Michael Boxall trying to get some shooting practice before the A League starts this weekend when he makes his bow for Auckland FC. Malaysia now cutting on the right hand side. Matthew Davis, of course, but loses the ball. I think Malaysia may have to look at some changes. They're getting quite fatigued now with having to do so much defending in this game. Rufa with the head ball. Rue. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's just too much. I was just going to say that was lovely interplay. And, yep, Baisley's just telling the boys, yep, keep it up. This is a bit of a slow start to the second half, but New Zealand, now really revitalized with that goal. Malaysia looking a little bit tired, to be honest. They've had to. Nice turn by Rue. It gets to Elijah Just here. Takes on Corbin Ong. Corbin Ong fouls him quite to the card. That's a card. Yeah, that's got to be a card. Any friendly or competitive mix. That he just had to bring him down. Yeah, pretty much put the arm out there. Stops Matthew Garbett there. Matthew Garbett, of course. I think because we know we've got a few players. He's currently playing for NAC Breda. He was at Torino. Yeah, he was at Torino for a bit, but yeah, he's made that permanent move to the Dutch league. Spent a lot of his career now. Free kick comes from Kasache. Oh, you know what? New Zealand should have scored there. That should have been a goal for Rufa. Doesn't really get a lot of goals for country, so he had his chance to sort of add to his New Zealand tally. There. That really should have been 2-0 to New Zealand. Hasmi blasts it a lot. That clears it away, but only as far as Michael Boxall. Now Rufa playing, well, just a bit of a just really nothing pass. Gives it back to Malaysia. Corbin Ong's foul. The referee doesn't call anything. Yeah, he's just gonna give it. He's gonna give it. It's a Malaysia throw in, I think. Yeah, look, New Zealand will be. I think basically will be pretty. New Zealand fans will be pretty happy with the quality shown in midfield defense. I think, and attacking wise, the number of chances, and I think so that's got to be a positive. And I guess, I mean, top finishers just don't grow on trees. Your Harry Kanes just don't grow on trees. It's pretty hard, I mean, you get Chris Wood is just really one of the forms forwards in world football at the moment. So we're just kind of lucky that hasn't New Zealand's got him at the moment. Whether he can remain fit here as Shamim tries to fashion a chance for Malaysia, but New Zealand cleared it away. Malaysia with a bit of a spell down that New Zealand left hand side, in front of the Sabah flags, and he gets the corner. Nice one. Come on, come on. Come on, Malaysia. We awesomely scored a goal over Shamir Kuti, who Shamir's been one of my he's probably been the most like energetic out of all the Malaysian outfield players. At least he's trying to do something. Matthew, a lot of them have been backpedaling, trying to do a lot of defending. And Endrick there is going to take the corner. He's walking fine now, walking freely. That's good to see. Malaysia takes the corner short. I'm not sure about this, but a nice one, and it lands straightly in the hands of Paulson. The hoof's that high. It's only going to end up with a Malaysian player, but New Zealand gets it there. New Zealand were looking just settle down after that little bit of Malaysia pressure as we just tick past the hour mark. Rue's been really industrious on that right hand side now. He's coming in, going to create an overlap, but now the China's got just Kasache now making another rumbling run. Just that is 2-0. 2-0. And that is a super goal for New Zealand. And Hasmi kicks the ball out in frustration. New Zealand's goals, it's Matthew Garbutt, sorry. It's all the criticism about New Zealand's lack of finishing up front, and it's Garbutt first Garbutt and then first Just and now Garbutt have scored. It's New Zealand 2, Malaysia 0, and I think you might very well start to see a bit more activity from the benches now that New Zealand have pretty much got a result in the bag. Well, New Zealand has its very own Philippe Lam, Theo Hernandez. His name's Liberato Kakache because he's been absolutely quality. I probably might do a review of this. Liberato the Kiwi trend. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, Liberato Kakachi can defend much better than Trent. Jeepers, Trent can't defend. We joke about Kiwi Trent, but yeah, solid performance on Liberato Kakachi, the Kiwi Trent. Oh my god, Liberato Kakachi's been magnificent in this game. I tell you what, he's been absolutely fantastic, both in attack and defense, carrying the ball. Hendrick, who is still remonstrating about, he's not happy. He's definitely not. But here's across from Malaysia now, trying to just get something out of this game, and Corbin Ong, can't really get. I guess it's not been one of Corbin Ong's better games, has it? I've seen him. He's a pretty quality player. Like I've seen a lot of these guys, a lot of this Malaysian team that play at the AFC. All the Malaysia, Malaysia just don't have a midfield. I mean, what's Hendrick done? New Zealand. Here's Garbutt now. Oh, sorry, Ben Old. I mean, you'd be Malaysia. You got Malaysian fans. You got to remember the New Zealand team is ranked. Like a lot of like European players. None of these Malaysian players play in They're barely, but they play in the Malaysian Super League or Indonesia, that sort of. Well, if I can, I put up my name. What can I just? Claw. That's fine. I love to see Hudby playing overseas, like outside. Outside the. I know, like it's gonna be hard, but he's quality. He's really good. I saw the Asian Cup. He's a fantastic keeper. Oh, might be a child waking up, so might have to pause this in a moment as needed. We'll see this. Might just having nightmares. New Zealand, Kasache, and might be a corner there. Oh, and Chris Wood is on. In fact, Chris Wood is on. I'm not sure who's. They haven't put the board up. I haven't seen who he's replaced yet. Of course, I don't have the commentary on. But the Malaysians in the crowd will be, had a good night, whatever the result. And to be fair, by and large, Malaysia played pretty well. I think they haven't. You got to remember, yeah, New Zealand with the resource and all that. They were always going to be favorites at home, and this is wintry weather. A lot of these guys probably have never played in these conditions. Garbutt now, yeah, with a corner from Hazmi's right. I think Hazmi got the punch there. Yeah, I think a lot of and those two goals probably were down to the surface as well. The wet pitch, it's very, very hard for goalkeepers as well. The North Harbour Stadium, of course, it's not, it is a very pristine, but it's also a rugby ground, so the grass is quite a bit different from what a lot of these Malaysians would be used to. That's a very agricultural tackle by on Morales there, who's not really had the best night. I mean, he's really. I don't think we've seen the best of him. He's flipping fantastic as when he's in got space. He's had to just play so deep in this game. Corbin Ong now playing sort of like an inverted fullback now. Now he's even going forward. Better be careful because that's left a huge space there for New Zealand. Just now, what can he do with the space left by Corbin Ong? Not really much. Malaysia cleared pretty nicely there. Corbin Ong's going to drop back to the left back position. New Zealand now. Ben Old been working very hard. That's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, I think that from Judd the Waves. Yeah, Davis did really well there. No, sorry. I thought Matthew Davis had an Australian mom. I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry, but he's he's mixed Mark Saleh Malaysian. Yeah, I think his mom's Malaysian. Yeah, I mean Malaysian rugby. We'll just play on these. That's so cool. Shamim doesn't win the football. Corbin Ong now. Oh, he's got someone on the old left. He's got He's got Rashid on the left. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I thought he needs to play like a forward pass, be braver, just like bang a pass forward. Come on, here's Endrick, this has been the most advanced he's been all game. New Zealand, yep. I think Malaysian player down. I think that's Shamim, and that's left a big gap at the back now. Kasache is going to run it up again as he is. Chris Wood now on the field. Nottingham Forest fans will pray that he doesn't get injured as he prepares that big flight back to England. And I think that's going to be a corner, New Zealand. 68 minutes gone. New Zealand 2, Malaysia 0. Yeah, I mean, I think to be fair, the New Zealand deserve to be 2-0 up. I think we're looking here. Who we've got? We've got Costa Barbarouses is coming on. Funny. I actually haven't seen who. I think Chris Wood's replaced Ben Wayne. Yeah, I haven't quite seen what the board was on. We've got Costa Barbarouses, of course, about to start the season with the Knicks. So I think Knicks going to be Sam Sutton, two double Knicks players in, and it is yes, Kasache's on, and he's had a magnificent shift. He's replaced by his apprentice at the Knicks, Sutton. Kasache's had a magnificent game for his country. I think he would be my MVP, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's chance for Sutton. Now New Zealand banks it in. Garbutt put a no, sorry, it was Bennell there. They'll get another corner. But we haven't actually talked about the New Zealand subs. So Crocom, goalkeeper, Ollie Sale, Costa Barbarouses. So we saw Cam Harrison, Tim Payne, Pianaka, Logan Rogerson, Tommy Smith, Sam Sutton, Chris Wood, and of course we've got Wood, Sutton, Barbarouses on already in the second half. Yeah, I think Barbarouses. I think Wood's on for Payne. For Ben Wayne. Quite seeing. Yeah, we're not really getting the graphic story of who. Oh, the board's up. Oh, what's it? I think 2 for 5. Oh, we've got no. Sorry, some Malaysian substitutions there. Oh, what am I doing? So it's Arif Amin. He's off. We've got Hakimi Azim on, and I think it's Azam Azmi who's going to come on for Malaysia. I'm going to see who's coming. Safawi Rassi is on. Yeah, a couple of young Malaysian players coming on, and they were. Yeah, we're just seeing on the screen Hakimi Azim. Oh, come on, FIFA. We got to show the graphics. We haven't shown who's actually come off. So sorry. Yeah, and there's no really stat board. So I'm kind of really just watching with my eyes. Hashmi. Yeah, looking to see if Malaysia they can make a difference. Yeah, midfield's been a real issue. Can't really see who's come off. Sorry for. Now they played. New Zealand played behind. Oh, and Chris was gonna get an easy tap in. That's unlucky for Hashmi. That is really unlucky. Yeah. I tell you, that is really unlucky. Yeah. And Chris would get an easy goal that he would score. He could easily score in his sleep. And New Zealand's 3-0 up. And the kids are doing the Phoenix top, even though it's a bit early for that, kiddos. It's usually the 10-minute mark, but I mean they probably 3-0. New Zealand are going to win this game. So is it going to be an Auckland FC thing where they take off their shirts like with 20 minutes to go rather than 10? We shall see. But anyway, Chris Wood gets his goal for New Zealand, another goal for Chris Wood. So this is what, yeah, this is a great ball. Yeah, look, I mean that is that's a peach of a cross. Yeah, I mean Hajmi does really well. Yeah, I mean, Malaysia just this is on the counter attack. This is great stuff from New Zealand, and yeah, it's a peach of a cross. To be honest, yeah, I don't think you could really blame Hajmi. That is a peach of a cross. And a player of Chris Wood's quality should score that, really. So he'll score that in his sleep. So nah, Malaysia, come on. Yeah, so look, a valiant Malaysia effort. It's gonna come to naught as we tick to it. 18 minutes to go in this game. It's about 8:32 p.m. in New Zealand, summertime, of course. 5 hours ahead of Malaysia at this time. New Zealand now, yeah, well, they're just gonna really play up to it. The New Zealand will be really keen, like just put in the goals. Chris Wood, oh my gosh, that should have been 4. That should have been 4. I think that was Costa Barbarouses at the far post. Yeah, Barbarouses should have made it 4-0. Bit of chaos. Chris Wood calling a bit of chaos in that now that Malaysian and yeah. Just it is. I don't think in New Zealand sport, I think you'd see. I mean, New Zealand cricket back in the day when Richard, with Richard Hadley and the other and the New Zealand cricket team. Amelia Kerr, and the rest of the New Zealand cricket team. Sorry. Uh, yeah, it's just the get when Chris Wood comes on. It just suddenly right now he just suddenly makes an enormous difference to that New Zealand side. But yeah, again, they can't just rely on him. It goes like like your Ben Waines, your Garbets, your Olds. You've got and Barbarouses. I mean, if you make but yeah, Barbarouses to a World Cup. Yeah, I'm sure he'll want to make it if he's good enough, if he's fit enough. 2026 is only about 18 months away. So, yeah. So look, I mean, Costa Barbarouses wasn't quite in the next. He wasn't. He was sort of on the periphery of the next when, of course, we had that All Whites campaign in 2010. Eventually went on to we left to go to Melbourne Victory. So he'd be quite keen to try get to a World Cup. He's had a couple of close calls, of course, being with the All Whites. Yeah, still in elite. Yeah, not all. He's a next player. He's a next. That's a bit of a wayward pass. Corbin Ong has to try and figure out what on earth to do, and gives away to New Zealand. It's just gone all but custard now for Payne, but he can't find anyone. Benel has to tidy up. Tries to touch. Malaysia really off balance here. Look, they're a bit. Oh, the near post. Bit audacious from young Elijah Just. Yeah, I mean he's probably not far away. Yeah, it'd be great to see him. I mean, obviously game time is still quite important, so it's good he's playing in like St. Polten, Austria. So yeah, remains to see how it goes. I'm guessing we're certainly seeing a lot more New Zealand players in the big European leagues. So as I've said, many times, Wood at Nottingham Forest, Kasache at Empoli, Stamenic could have been at Nottingham Forest. They started to loan him out to Olympiacos. Yeah, it's just it's and of course I guess whenever Paulson makes his debut for Bournemouth, because he is of course on loan to Auckland FC this season. Tim Payne, of course, on now the fighting backing quantities that we all love at the Knicks. Yeah, look, New Zealand have been just utterly dominant in this game. Gonna see another sub here. Cam Howison is on. Cam Howison. Let me see. Cam Halverson's on for Alex Rufer. So yep, Alex Rufer gets to kind of rest up before the season kicks off. And the Sunday, Wellington Phoenix kickoff at the stadium. I won't be there unfortunately, but yeah. Or bangs Harrison. Harrison just that was his first contribution there. All right. Showing now they're all backpedaling really. Malaysia just look really tired. The way they're passing right now, they're just no. Morales is still playing. Well, to be fair, he has done nothing with. He's really not had anything. He hasn't had the ball given to him. Oh, and Tim Payne doing a hill. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Corbin Ong gets it, but yeah, Corbin Ong gets Davis is of course, so it is now. Um, that graphic. Shamir. Oh, Malaysia had a chance. What was that? Yep, and Paulson just has to make that save just to be safe. As New Zealand's defense was actually backpedaling there. That would have been a sensation. That would have been a goal to get the Malaysian fans really happy there. because New Zealand were actually really on the back foot right there. So Malaysia is making another substitution. It's Paulo Josu. Here we go. Yep, this guy's Paulo Josu. I think he's coming on for Romel Morales, who has had to work hard, but not much in bait, not much product tonight for the Colombian-born naturalized Malaysian. Malaysia's hero against Korea at the AFC Asian Cup. Malaysia get a corner here, by the way, and I'm not sure who's going to take it. They've had all the substitutions. A little bit disorganized there. Auckland FC taking on the multiple champions Brisbane Roar at Mount Smart Stadium, October the 19th. That's Sunday? Yeah, that's a 5 p.m. That'd be interesting. Yeah, might be intrigued to see what this Auckland FC team does. On paper, it could be, I mean, there's a couple of New Zealand internationals. So from a New Zealand point of view, it's great. Max Matter, Cam Howson, Storm Rue, Alex Paulson. I think this could be a really competitive team, and I think I would not be surprised if they make the top 6. I mean, the Auckland team needs to be successful first out. They can't just slowly build up. They can't be a New Zealand Knights, because you know how soccer's failed in New Zealand, Auckland so many times. They've got to be successful right from the word go. And I think the investment is done as Malaysia. Wow, New Zealand, a little bit of like a hair corner, the headlights there. But now New Zealand get to break away here. Just, yep. And he said put in a really good shift there. And then hesitant pass there. New Zealand can have a bit of a luxury just being able to contain. They can be a bit more adventurous now that they've got that 3-0 gap. But yeah, as we look at this, as they control, yeah, so I think Auckland FC, yeah, they've got that, the former Sydney coach, Steve Carricker. I think they could be pretty. I would have them as dark horses, to be honest. Yeah, Auckland, for football soccer team to work in Auckland, it needs to be successful from the word off, because you're competing in a very hard market with rugby, you're competing with cricket in a city. Look, I mean, football is a city. Auckland is one of those sleeping giants from the football, and that is clearly, with the crowds they get for the Knicks. It is a sleeping giant. And I think certainly the Wellington Auckland, I think that will really it's going to be good for Wellington. The Knicks will always have their diehard fans. They've been around 18 years. They'll always be the first professional football team, as Paulson kind of stops the pop, a Malaysian attack there. Yeah, I think Auckland could be a top. I think Auckland could be a top dark horse for a top 6 team. I don't think they'll win it. There might be some teething problems, but I think they will be pushing really hard. I think nowadays, when you think expansion like MLS and all that, they need to be successful from the word go, just to get that crowd. You think your Vegas Golden Knights, Seattle Sounders, and we're both all he knows what he's doing. But look, I think it's I think I like it. I mean, compared to I'm skeptical. Been a bit. You see your likes of your Western Uniteds and MacArthur FCs. They're kind of like sort of clubs in sort of new areas in Sydney and Melbourne, and not really getting much crowds. I mean, Western Sydney is easily the most successful expansion team that the A-League's had. They've got a real fan base. They're really attracting that Western Sydney crowd and the Sydney derbies. But yeah, so I think Auckland, Wellington, that is going to be and I will be going to that game later in November. So yeah, that's going to be fun, and certainly we'll be interested to see what the placards are for a former Knicks player, Alex Paulson there. Oh, great cross by Tim Payne. New Zealand still pushing. Yeah, credit New Zealand. It's they're 3-0 up, 8 minutes to go. They are pushing really hard. I think certainly these subs are full of energy. They're really wanting to make a case to be in Darren Basley's pants for the next. Certainly we've got. Should look that up. We've got Vanuatu and Hamilton. We've got a couple of qualifiers to come, which I'll have a look in a moment. New Zealand controlling the game now.
results pretty much beyond doubt. I mean, it is a friendly. Oh, it's on. Oh, Google had it all this time, but it's not real. So it's Corbinong takes it away, but gives the New Zealand hustle, get it back just. Malaysia clears it. So the next two games for New Zealand are World Cup qualifiers. We've got New Zealand Vanuatu 15th November. That's in Hamilton, and then you got Samoa, New Zealand. Is that Samoa? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's that. Sorry, yeah, Samoa, New Zealand's at Mount Smart Stadium, 15th and 18th November. That's the last international window of 2024. No, we hate the international window, but I guess this is your one chance to see New Zealand certainly and a good time. There's no rugby and cricket that hasn't really. Yeah, I think the England New Zealand cricket series. So there's not. Yeah, so certainly there'll be a bit of attention on the All Whites from the New Zealand public. So, interestingly, yeah, yeah, this is gonna be this New Zealand Vanuatu game is gonna be it's pretty much the top two teams. Vanuatu actually top the table at the moment, but on number of goals scored, that's going to change. They've only, of course, only played one game each in this campaign. Now the format, of course, we'll explain it as Cross comes in, doesn't get to Wood, but New Zealand get a second chance, has me with a great save and forces a corner. So the OFC system, of course, they've got two groups. New Zealand's in one of these groups, and then they will, yeah, and I believe it is winner. They play off in a semi. Let's bring out Ricky, please, as Malaysia and New Zealand prepares to take this corner. Two groups: New Caledonia, Fiji, Solomon Islands, and Papua New Guinea in one group. New Zealand, Vanuatu, Tahiti, and Samoa in the other group. This is Manu Samoa. By the way, New Zealand up and Corbinong playing is drifting out on the right. Oh, here's a chance for Malaysia now. They've got now, but the touch is laborious. Like one of this as the Malaysian subs try to make something out of it, but they just can't. And now New Zealand get the ball again, although there's not a lot of New Zealanders pushing this time. Now they're coming forward. New Zealand perhaps starting to show a bit of fatigue. 4 minutes to go in this game. I don't imagine there'll be a lot of stoppage time, to be perfectly honest. To be honest, I think the Malaysian players want to get off the field. It's a pretty cold night in Auckland, New Zealand. We've got the cold front coming across New Zealand and certainly up in Auckland, which can get pretty cold, even as in October. Yeah, so we've got the ball drifts out, so there are so we've got this match day 5. That's the final group, and then so of course New Zealand should be favorites to beat Vanuatu, and then there's the semi-finals, and then the final, which is going to be played in New Zealand, and whoever wins the final will get the automatic qualification. This is March 2025, and then whoever misses out, they'll play about a year later. That's insane in the Interconfederation playoffs. So that that is the route for the OFC. So the winner of that playoff, the venue is to be confirmed. And it's to be held in New Zealand. The winner of that will go to the World Cup, and the runners-up will head into the Confederation playoff to be decided. Well, so this is certainly very good preparation for New Zealand. I think Darren Beasley will be very happy with this New Zealand team. As for Malaysia, well, I mean, the future is it's still up in the air. It's gonna be just, it's 3 years. I guess it will be another 2 years before the AFC, qualification starts for the Asian Cup. What are we looking at? I mean, we've got I guess that is the Southeast Asian AFF Suzuki Cup, the ASEAN Championship. That is when's the next one actually? It's actually later this year. That's the next big thing. Of course, that's a huge deal for Malaysia. As Chris Wood wins the ball from Hasmi. Now Hasmi's made has a real error, but it cannot. New Zealand do not capitalize. Cross the bar, Roosters again over the bar. And yeah, Hasmi's blushes spared there. I've been praising him all this game. That's sort of the few mistake he's made. So yeah, if Malaysia do have the ASEAN Championship, whatever sponsors the Mitsubishi Electric Cup later this year, 8th December to the 5th of January 2025. And of course, the next Asian Cup one. The next AFC Asian Cup is not till 2027. I think qualifying starts in that qualifying must start. It'll probably start next year. That's going to be in Saudi Arabia. That's going to be another winter tournament. That's going to please all the European sides. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal! And this is Cam Howson. It's Howson. What a superb goal! And he salutes his new Auckland FC fan, his new home crowd. That's a superb finish. That's out of nowhere. It's 4-0 New Zealand. Oh, what? That finish came out of nowhere. That's Cam Harrison, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I mean, Malaysia for that is that's a fabulous finish. No, sorry, Logan Rogerson. Sorry, Logan Rogerson. Apologies. Not Cam Harrison. Rogerson. Come on, Rogerson. Yep, another. Yeah, of course, he is another Auckland FC player. Fabulous player. Another Knicks Academy. He's played a lot of time in Germany, bit of time in Auckland. Been playing a lot in Europe. He's back in Auckland. So originally from Hamilton, so it's just sort of a bit of a homecoming. I guess you got to think Hamilton's a bigger satellite city to Auckland. As haven't seen how much stoppage time. I can't imagine there'll be a whole lot. To be honest, I think probably the New Zealand and the Malaysian players will be quite honestly happy that that there will be. I think they'll be quite keen to walk this off. It's a friendly after all. Wood's not injured, Sache's not injured. They'll be quite keen to, obviously have to hop on that plane, make that big journey for their club, get back to their clubs. Oh, what is that? He just elbowed his own player. And I don't think Alex Paulson appreciate it. 2 minutes and the whistle's blown. It is full time. New Zealand win 4-0 over Malaysia. And look, the Malaysian fans are still ecstatic, even though ultimately it was a bit of whipping at the end. Look, I think New Zealand deservedly win that score. They were just clearly the superior team. But Malaysia did put up a good fight in the first half. But ultimately, when you had, they didn't have, New Zealand clearly had a lot in the arsenal on the bench. Chris Wood came on and, showed his quality. I think this is probably the highest. I mean, there's no... I think Malaysia can be very proud of this team. Can be proud of this team. I know it's 4-0, but I think New Zealand clearly a physically different team. They're playing in Auckland in the cold weather. It was always going to be quite hard for Malaysia to and I think So they'll be better for this experience. I guess and there's a couple of good players they can look at in the future. So. Yeah, but look, New Zealand, I think they will be Darren Beasley will be really happy with the second half. I think absolutely much better, in terms of the finishing and all that from Just. Rogerson was an absolutely cracking goal at the end there. I mean, Chris Wood's got the score sheet as you'd expect. But lots of quality, lots of really, really good things. I mean, New Zealand honestly should have probably, I think on the first half, I think they would have been disappointed going into the sheds 0-0. So they just absolutely battered Malaysia. I think, and
you know, I think the Malaysian defense just showed a lot of bravery and character. Hashmi was really good in goal. Yeah, so I think it's something really good exercise defensively. But it's a shame though, because I guess we hear about Malaysia's attacking intent, but we never really got to see a chance simply because they just did not have a midfield. But look, well done to New Zealand and well done to Malaysia. And look, I think we will call it a night there because it is a Monday night and it's 10 to 9. So look, thanks for watching and yeah, Malaysia, yes, Malaysia bullying. Well done to New Zealand.